Hey everybody, welcome back to COVID Connect. Today we're going to continue our series on Marian apparitions by talking about Our Lady of Good Help, which happened in 1859. It's the first and so far the only approved Marian apparition in the United States. So the story of Our Lady of Good Help starts with a woman named Adele Breeze. She was born in Belgium, and at first she wanted to join a convent, but her parents decided to immigrate to America, and they asked her to come with. So she joined them, and in 1855 they moved to Wisconsin, sort of in the Green Bay area. The actual apparitions began in 1859, when Adele started to see visions of a woman dressed all in white. At first Adele was kind of scared by these visions. She didn't know who was appearing to her, but she asked her priest, and her priest told her that next time she saw this woman, she should say to her, "In the name of God, tell me who you are and what you want." The next time the woman appeared, this is what Adele did, and the woman responded, "I am the Queen of Heaven, who prays for the conversion of sinners, and I wish for you to do the same." Mary then gave Adele the mission of educating the children around her, who at that time had started to forget the faith and wander away because there were so few priests and teachers in schools in that area. At first, Adele tried to tell Mary that she didn't think she had the education or the training to do this kind of work. But Mary responded, "Go and fear nothing. I will help you." Adele then dedicated the rest of her life to this work. At that point, Wisconsin wasn't very well developed, so Adele would literally go on foot from house to house to teach children about their faith. Nothing could stop her, whether it was bad weather or illness or anything. She would walk as far as 50 miles to make sure that she reached as many children as she could. Eventually, she even gathered together some sisters and formed a community and a school and a church in the city of Robinsonville, which is now called Champion. We don't have any information of Mary appearing to Adele again, but we do know that Mary stayed with her and kept Adele's mission under her protection. The most dramatic example of this happened in 1871, during a crisis known as the Great Peshtigo Fire. This was a really terrible forest fire that swept across northern Wisconsin and killed somewhere between 1,500 and 2,500 people. Even today, it is still the deadliest fire in recorded history. Eventually, the fire reached Robinsonville too, and Adele could have fled. But instead, she gathered together a procession of people to march and ask for Mary's help. Then they took refuge inside of the church. The church was literally surrounded by flames on all sides, and things looked pretty dire. But the people kept praying, and all of a sudden, a huge rainstorm broke out, and rain fell down and extinguished the fire. When the people emerged from the church where they'd taken shelter, they saw that the church was the only building left standing for miles. It was alone in this great sea of ash. So we in the US are pretty lucky to have our very own Marian apparition. And of course we're lucky to always be under Mary's protection. But I think the message of Our Lady of Good Help is especially important nowadays. It's a reminder of how vital it is that we educate our children into faith. It's a reminder of how much we need to do, how we are called to pass on the faith to the next generation, to make sure that they walk in God's ways and know His love. Our Lady of Good Help, pray for us.